I'm a fan of it.
Dudley boys.
I certainly would not be against. You know, I love these kind of guys. And you want to talk about like locker room stuff. I mean, the guy is certainly a leader. Do you know I saw this video the other day? This is a great point. I saw this video the other day of, I suppose, Gilbert Arenas was on a podcast, and he does a podcast.
Right.
And one of the things he was saying was talking to like kids, and he was talking to players and talking about like what they can and can't do, and kind of learning how to fit into a role in as you get higher in the basketball totem pole. Mm-hmm. And the idea was that everybody cannot score. And he said, and he was talking about Pepe. And he said, you go and you talk to these kids, you say, Pepe, you know, people know he like grew up in Chicago, whatever. He said, what do you think he averaged in high school? You know, the kids are like, 15, 20, you know what I mean, 25. He said he averaged 37 points a game in high school. We have it with our own Tony Allen, right? Where he was Big 12 Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Big 12 Player of the Year.
Yes.
Right? And and of course, Tony Allen, much like Patrick Beverly, they would love to be the scorer. They would love to do that.
Yeah.
But you figure out that's not how I stay in the league for 12 years, right? Yeah. And so it's about figuring out, like, hey, okay, now you're not. I was like, he really had 37?
37 points, 8 steals, 6 assists.
I remember Tony telling us.
And that guy, like, so you think you're talking to high school kids. And I think Pat Bev was on with him.
Yeah.
Pat Bev said, he said, I think I might have 1 year in the NBA where I averaged 10 points a game. Is that right? I don't know if he has.
Let me double check it. Let me see.
But he was like, I don't think I've had. He either said I don't think I've had or I've had one where it's been 10 points a game. And so the point is when they're talking to these young kids.
He's had 2.
He's had 2 where he's averaged, okay.
Back-to-back years.
Okay, where he's averaged 10 points a game.
And barely 10 points.
But one of the things he was saying was like, you talk to these kids and you get them to realize, like, you want to make a living in the NBA? Like, you figure it out. You figure out where you can fit in and how you can make a career for yourself. And I had a lot of respect for the conversation was super interesting. But then you just said he averaged 37, 8, and 6, 8 steals.
8 steals, 6 assists, 6 rebounds.
And if you asked a kid, right?
They were like, oh, Pat Bev trash.
And then you asked me, Pat Bev playing the Pat Bev role in the NBA. How much money do you think Patrick Beverly has made in his NBA career?
Yeah, right.
And the answer would be $78.8 million.
And he started his career overseas, didn't he?
I remember Tony. Yeah. I remember Tony telling us that it was Paul Pierce and Doc Rivers, and a lot of Paul Pierce, because it's like Pierce telling him, like, look, Tony, like, it's not going to be a hit to your ego, but, like, you're not playing over me, right? You're not going to start over me and do what I do. But if you want to get on that court, coach will put you on that court if you focus on defense and you guard your ass off.
And that's what they always say. Like, these guys are all the best. Yeah. But, I mean, when you hear those, like, Pat Bev numbers, it's extreme.
Yeah. That's insane, bro.
And you're thinking to yourself, like, that's what that guy was when he was playing in high school. And this guy is like a consummate role player who just stays on forever.